Let's see what happens. Okay, so here we are. This is our experimental first cross province video, which you'll see more of as we go on, because Mike is going for foreign shores,
Yes,
even
I've
more
been called
foreign.
up.
Yeah. So
I've been
he's
called
heading
up,
up to
so
China.
But let it not stop this.
No, exactly,
We're
yeah,
going to.
because we know that so many people would be upset if we didn't continue our videos, so we're going to try to keep doing
Big
them if
time.
we can.
We
Yeah.
will. So anyway,
What will
we've
be
got
hard
more
for us
matches
though is
coming up.
that talking over each other. It'll take a while for us to get used to that. We have to raise our hands if we want to speak.
That's it.
Anyway,
Right.
let's get on to the football.
Exactly. We've got a tasty match on Friday night. We've got Arsenal, league leaders, against the bottom team.
Yes.
Southampton.
Surely Arsenal are going to win this one.
Can you think about it? Can anyone predict anything else?
Yeah, like we spoke about it for the West Ham game, that the only way that Arsenal would lose is the only team that would beat them would be themselves.
Well, they did. They remind me a bit, and this is where the experience comes in, of the Brendan Rodgers Liverpool team of 2014, where they're going out really wanting to win a game, and then but not having the smarts and the experience to just hold it back.
Exactly. Knowing when to go on and attack and finish a game, knowing when to sit back and to like maybe hold it. They should have finished West Ham when they had the chance. You see?
And then they should have been a bit more conservative when they realized the chance was gone.
And the thing is that even when West Ham equalized, there was still a good 30 minutes left in the game, but never any time did you feel that they had the confidence or power to go on to win it.
That's it.
And that's
concerning. And you got to look at that's a mentality thing, and that's experience from the pressure of being in the position.
Yeah.
They learn from it,
but if you were going to pick a team that like now they would need to face to help them at home against the bottom team, you couldn't give them a kind of better chance to try to regain confidence.
No, you said it at the start of the season. I didn't. I thought Southampton would do better, but they are a team that look destined for the championship.
Yeah. So I mean, again, Arsenal really, can have a chance here to kind of get 3 points, to put that little gap. Even though City will have games in hand because they won't be playing at the weekend, they're playing in the cup. When they meet on next week, that's still a little bit of a gap, which even though games in hand, points on the table still mean a lot.
Absolutely, and they still have a big semi-finals now to look forward to against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So you'd see with rotations, etc. City will drop points that we don't expect them to drop.
I expect City to drop points. They have a hectic schedule in May with the Champions League and the league games. So it's just a case of will Arsenal drop a lot more
points.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're both going for an Arsenal victory here, I think.
Yeah, I think it has to be
3-0, maybe even 4-0. A good confidence booster.
Yeah, because Arsenal will be kind of like going taking this like a cup final. And if they get into their groove, they could absolutely destroy Southampton. But we'll wait and see. Because it all comes down to, heart and your psychology as well. How do you feel? You can predict games statistic-wise, but very often it's the mentality as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so then on the Saturday we have Fulham at home to Leeds.
Yes. Okay.
Just some recent form before you give your prediction. Fulham, obviously, they came back to beat Everton 3-1. So after the long bad run Fulham were on, they had a good win at the weekend. And Leeds have lost their last 2 games. They lost 5-1 to Palace. They lost 6-1 to Liverpool. Right. So how do you see this one?
I see it as a Fulham victory for those reasons. Fulham have gone over the hump. They've gotten over the FA Cup eventually, and then their feeling of hard done by, we're the victims here. They've gotten over themselves. A good victory away from home in Goodison Park, putting pressure on Everton, but we'll come to them in a minute. Focus on Fulham. They've gotten their things right. Their midfield, the way they were playing, really was impressed with them. Leeds have lost their way. As you say, there's 2 heavy defeats back to back.
Yeah.
So really, that defense is like a Liverpool defense. It's one mistake away from them looking at each other, blaming each other, and no
very
confidence
fragile
as a unit. Absolutely. I see Fulham winning this at home. I see it not being a hammering, but I see it 2-0, maybe 3-1.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that Fulham should have their mojo back a little bit after the win against Everton, against a very nervous Leeds team, as you said. I think Leeds, obviously, after conceding 11 goals in 2 games, first priority will be to try to stop conceding.
Yeah.
So I can see them maybe trying to kind of sit back so it could be a low-scoring game, but I still expect Fulham to win, maybe 1-0 on this one.
Okay, low scoring there. Tougher match in the next one: Brentford versus Villa. Now Brentford at home against probably one of the informed teams in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you see it?
Well, as you said, in form, like since Emery took over, no team has had more wins. Arsenal only have maybe 1 point more than Villa in that time. Ollie Watkins looks like a mega, a very, very attractive purchase for some teams in the summer. He's really firing, But
he is.
Maybe he needs it's only been maybe 1 month, right? You need to do it consistently. But at the moment, you can't fault them. Villa look very strong in all departments. Brentford, on the other hand, we spoke before, they've had 2 defeats now in a row. They're kind of running out of steam, as we said, that, and they're safe. Maybe they're thinking about their summer holidays a little bit.
You're Mr. Stats. Those last 2 defeats, were they at home or away?
I'm not sure actually. The Wolves won, they lost 2-0. I don't put down whether it's home or away. I know they lost to Wolves.
Okay, I think they were in the Molyneux Stadium for that one. I think that was Wolves. They were away to Wolves on that one. I can't remember the one before. I just think I'm just pointing that Brentford at home are a different beast than Brentford away.
Yeah, that's right. That people, you don't like going there. It's a tough place to go to get points. So how do you see it going?
I'm going to sit in the fence on this one. I think it'll be an entertaining match, but I'm going for a scoring draw, 1-1 or even 2-2.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Villa machine to go on, to keep going. Just because I think that they are the momentum is with them. And I feel that they will be, and they have no pressure really on them either, Villa, they're enjoying playing football now and they're looking forward to each game, I think. I just see them having more desire than Brentford in this one. So I'm going to go for a Villa 2-1 win this one.
Okay, good.
Okay, we got just some stats on Villa, just some stats to throw them in. They've won 7 out of their last 8 games. They've 6 clean sheets in that time, conceding just 2. And they've won 6 out of 8 away games under Emery. So they're not afraid to go away either, they can hit play teams on the break, because that long ball for Watkins seems to be working very well for them. And I saw analysis there recently about the midfield trio for Villa as well. Ramsey, Bonida, and there's another one as well. I can't remember his name, but they're doing all the work, which allows Watkins then to kind of to thrive, So they seem very good. Even though they have Tyrone Mings in their defense, who I don't rate at all. He's a bit like Harry Maguire to me, but maybe Emery seems to be getting the best out of him.
Okay. Well, maybe so maybe Villa will go in for Harry Maguire.
Who knows? Right. Palace at home to Everton.
Right. Well, what do you think of this one? You kick this one off.
Yeah, I mean, again, Palace, like Villa, they're a reformed team since Hodgkins came back. They've had 3 wins in a row now, right? Beat Southampton, beat Leeds, they beat Leicester. So they're a team as well that have taken off the handbrake, and they have nothing to lose now. They seem pretty safe against a very nervous Everton team who Dyche. Everton were very secure defensively in the first part under him, but they seem to have lost that defensive strength as well. So I just expect Palace to win again today against a kind of a drowning Everton team.
Everton are in serious trouble because
Mm.
they have a tough run in, and you're saying, where are they going to get the points? They need to get points away from home, but they're not doing it.
Yeah.
Like I just have a funny feeling, like as you say, Palace have 3 wins on a row.
Yes, yes.
They always take their foot off that pedal.
Yeah. And they weren't very impressive, like it's only the second half before they woke up against Southampton, really. They were pretty poor in the first half.
Yeah, I'm going to predict a draw here. I think that this is going to where Palace have one eye that we've done enough to secure Premiership survival. And Everton need it, but they're not good enough to win it. So I'm going for a draw. Could even be 0-0.
Okay. Yeah, Everton have won only one of their last 8 under Dyche. They're winless in 11. Before Hudson, Palace were the joint lowest scorers, but he's just told them to shoot, right? They've got some very attacking players. We said before, Eze, Michael Olise. Eze especially is enjoying the freedom that Hudson is giving them. But yeah, I think that'll be interesting. What approach will Palace take? Will they be happy with the successes they've had? Will that hunger be there? That'll be the question. All right. Yeah. Okay.
So another huge one. They're all huge. Leicester versus Wolves.
Yeah. Leicester didn't get the new manager bounce against City. I mean, but they were very poor. They were better in the second half against City, but very poor in the first 20 minutes against City. They just folded completely. Now that your man Smith, and there's a 3, right? There's Smith, there's the old manager Shakespeare, and there's John Terry. This is the 3 guys who are taking over. Will we see a bounce back from Leicester? We said they had a week to work with them now against Wolves.
Yeah, they need it. Like we're talking about, I think Southampton are gone. Yeah. Now Leicester are second from bottom. If ever they need 3 points, it's Saturday.
That's right.
If they don't get their 3 points, I think that you could nearly put them as team number 2 relegated.
Yeah. Because that gap is stretching between them and the safety.
Exactly. Even to get the win, they're still in that area, but at least they've closed it. Where if they let the potential of the gap increasing, they could be caught adrift.
Yeah.
So they need the win. Will they get it against Wolves, who are a well-organized team as well? If you saw that, they won, what was it, 2-0 against
Brentford.
The last time out.
They beat Chelsea before that 1-0, so they've won 2 games and they haven't conceded in the last 2. Diego Costa scored the goal finally.
Yes, I was happy to see it. Happy to see it for the lads. An old warrior.
Yeah. So
I'm going to go for a Leicester victory, just because of the need.
Yes.
Because if they don't do it now, they're championship. And the likes of Maddison and them they're too good. They shouldn't be there, but they are.
Yeah.
If they have any pride in wearing the jersey at all, they'll have to produce it at home.
Yeah. The problem is the defense, the back 4, like the central partnership. They've got a guy from New Zealand, and they've got the guy they brought in, looks like David Luiz and plays like David Luiz, Faes. That's the problem for Leicester. So I don't usually go for a draw, but I'm going to go for a draw on this one.
Okay. You're going for a draw. Leicester lose, low scoring draw, I'd imagine. Okay, I know I predicted. I know I said I would never predict the Liverpool victory.
But you're going to change that. You're going to change that.
But Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. Can I see anything but a Liverpool victory there? And the answer is no. With the lads coming back from injury, you've got your, Jota coming back is given a little bit more imagination for the attacking. I think that there's too many options now for Liverpool, with Núñez on the bench coming on as a big, different type of option to. I think Gakpo is beginning to play well. I'm beginning, before I thought, what a waste of money. Don't buy a player based on World Cups. But he is beginning to grow on me as a team player, as the good linkage. So yeah, I'm going for a Liverpool victory here. I think it'll be comfortable. I think it'll be a long day for Forest. I can see this one being 4 or 5 goals going past them.
Yeah, I've got down here as well, 5-0 to Liverpool. Just for the facts that you've said, and also most importantly, Salah is looking dangerous again. You know,
against bad defenses, it has to be said.
Yeah, well, even in the Arsenal game, you know, every time he got the ball, I was scared because you just felt that he was going to create something. And he seems to have that little bit of a fire back in him again, which he hadn't had all season. There's an interest.
Yeah, I think he's himself and Gakpo are beginning to get more understanding, and now that he has somebody that he can link up with, it's getting him more involved in the game.
Yeah, Liverpool's weakness, of course, is their defense, but I think that at home, pressing Forest won't be able to trouble them.
They just don't have enough possession.
Forest statistics for away are ridiculous. They have the fewest points away, the joint fewest wins, the fewest goals scored, and the worst goal difference away. So, I mean, yeah. Football is crazy.
I broke my rule about never predicting a Liverpool victory again.
Yes, that's the way. Yeah. And probably next week you'll probably be saying, when they lose this one, you'll say, I'm never going to predict Liverpool to win.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm probably just giving the kiss of death, you know, as Forest will go there now and get a win.
Who knows? It's a funny old game, Saint. It's a funny old game.
That's it. You know, we're all experts until today.
Yeah.
So Bournemouth at home to West Ham.
Yeah, Bournemouth at home to West Ham. Bournemouth, who have been like I suppose the great story from this season again, like the fight back with the resources they have and how they're playing. Beating Spurs, sorry, I mean that was, you know, Spurs are poor, but still to have the heart to go out and to win, that means something. And they beat Leicester before that. West Ham also will be on a high, but probably tired after their exertions against Ghent in the conference where they emphatically won. But maybe they'll be a bit tired in this game on Sunday. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with both. You look at it in Bournemouth, I would have always said are a team that are going to go down because of the resources they have. But fair play to O'Neill. They're the ones showing the fight that you'd like to see Leicester showing, and Leicester are not showing it. They're showing the fight that you'd like to see Everton and Leeds showing that are not showing it. Yeah. These are the guys that are fighting.
Yeah.
And they're fighting early enough. They're not waiting for the second
and
last game.
They seem to be like as a unit. You know, there's no Leicester, their weakness is their defense. There's weaknesses in the team, but Bournemouth look kind of solid as a unit.
Yes. You know, and if they lose, they don't lose. You know, okay, they've lost a few games badly, I shouldn't say, but no, I agree. Right. Their bounce back ability, they're focused on the way they're playing. And they're saying, right, and it is giving them the points and throw them into near, I won't say survival, they're not there yet. I'm going to go for a Bournemouth victory here because of the home. As you say, tiredness is a big thing. Playing on a Thursday, and then mentally getting it right for a Sunday is such a short span of time. It's the cost of Europe.
Yes, yeah. True, yeah. I think that West Ham will be buoyed, that there'll be a high for them going. And also they know they're still not out of danger yet.
They're not.
So I don't see West Ham winning, but I think it could be a draw. Bournemouth more likely to win than West Ham. But I think it could be a draw on this one. I know I said myself that last week. I changed as well too. I said I wouldn't do draws anymore. I'm not going to sit on the fence, but draw.
Sometimes you look at it and that's the feeling.
Yeah, draw edging towards Bournemouth, I think. But a draw, I think, would probably
I think we'll both be agreeing that the last game on Sunday is not going to be a draw. We'll both be saying the same thing. Newcastle at home to sorry Spurs.
Yeah,
I mean, putting a smile on your face. You feel bad for them.
We had St. Totteringham's Day there last week. You know,
yes.
Have you heard? You know what St. Totteringham's Day is?
Oh, the day that you have mathematically enough points to guarantee you're going to finish ahead of the Spurs.
That's right. I mean, it was such a consistent thing from the time when Wenger was there. But I mean, for the last 5 seasons, Tottenham have been finishing above. So it's been a while since we celebrated that day. But yeah, Spurs are very sorry. That's the exact word. A very sorry state of affairs for them at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of people are putting the blame on this. Is it Pedro or something like that? Apparently, he was getting a lot of abuse online.
Okay, it could be this new winger.
I mean, any team that has got Eric Dyer in it, I think you're in trouble anyway.
Yes, yeah, it's true. It's true. There's too many problems there for them. Also away from home, they're winless in 5, and I just think that Newcastle are more a team than Spurs, and they'll be too strong for them at home. And
that's what I'm saying. I think we're both going to say a Newcastle victory here.
Yeah,
a solid professional 2-0 victory, maybe.
Yeah, Isaac and Wilson as well are looking at in form up front. You know, they're going to score goals. I think there'll be goals in this game. I think, you know, Spurs are always going to be dangerous when you've got Kane and Son up front. Maybe 2-1 to Newcastle. 2-1.
You're going 2-1. You're going, okay.
Yeah.
That's into 2-0. Okay, and I suppose just a quick word on the FA Cup, even though we don't usually do it. What do you think, Liam?
I reckon Sheffield United might surprise City maybe in the first half. It could be maybe a little bit tighter, but you have to predict City to win. You know, I mean,
the first semi-final. You can't go against City at this in the way they're running at the moment.
And obviously the other one.
More interesting the Sunday one.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about it before we went on live. We're talking about how United obviously in a desperate situation defensively. Martinez out, Varane out, and who's going to come in? Is it Maguire? You know,
Lindelof.
Problems there. Brighton, I think any neutral will be shouting for Brighton, right? Because they're the another good story from this season. They haven't been in this position for a long time. You'd love to see them in the final. So, and I think on form, there's no reason why they couldn't expect to beat United at this moment.
That's it. You know, you're basing it on reputations and who they are. But the team that's playing better football, more attacking, more potent football is Brighton. And so I think Brighton-Man City final would be a mouth-watering end of season game. I wonder that's their last game of the season as well. Is away to Brighton to mean an interesting double header for City and Brighton.
That's right.
At the end of the season.
Well, if it's bad news for Arsenal, because if it's Brighton's last game before the final, they probably will, if they're safe.
They might rest, lads.
Yeah, it depends where they are on the top 4, top 6 kind of thing. You see, so
exactly, they might.
Yeah, I wonder is Ferguson injured or is he able to play? That Irish guy.
He picked up an injury on the last game. I don't know how serious it was. I don't know.
That would be it's very important for them because he's on form at the moment. Okay.
Right. Anyway, there we go for this week.
Yeah. So we'll hopefully this video was successfully recorded. I'll be able to post it, and we'll see what it looks like when it's up on the YouTube. But all going well, we might be able to do a video maybe when are the next games? Tuesday or Wednesday?
I think the midweek games. So I'd imagine it's Tuesday night night and Wednesday night.
So we might be able to do a video maybe Monday or Tuesday. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
If this is working now, we can. Yeah, it'll be easier to pick a time, or we'll see what happens. But going forward, we'll see a lot more of these online. What's that, Mike?
If this man stops talking, we'll learn how to not talk over each other.
Exactly. I'll stop recording, but I'll keep talking. Okay.
Okay. I'll say good luck to everyone now. Good luck.
Yeah. So I'm going to stop recording, and then we can chat after that. Okay.
Okay.
Stop recording.